Now I'd like to introduce Barrie Kellam, Head of the School of Pharmacy, to tell us about the various courses, as well as talking about some of the facilities available to our students. We're also joined by Dominic, who is a fourth-year pharmacy student. Welcome to you both. Barrie, I'll start with you. What is it that made you want to get into pharmacy?
So to get into pharmacy, it was a long time ago for myself, back in the 80s, but I think it probably still holds true with students now. It was a real love of mixing science and understanding the core science of what makes and allows you to develop and prescribe medication to make a difference in healthcare to patients. And so it was that balance of science and the human aspect of what pharmacy is as a profession that seemed to be the magic blend for me at the time.
And you've probably seen a lot of advancements in this area. So what's it like to be at the forefront of that when it's a constantly changing subject?
It keeps it just really fresh and exciting. As you say, it is constantly evolving and constantly changing. There are many, many new elements around the pharmacy workforce and what the pharmacy profession are doing now. And of course, as the primary educational framework around developing the next generation of pharmacists, we have to stay abreast of that. And at the same time, of course, there are always huge leaps forward in terms of our scientific understanding of medicine's discovery and development, which also keeps the whole area really fresh and exciting.
And how do you integrate that then into the course for students?
So all of our members of staff are research active as well. And so that passion for research really flows through naturally, and that enthusiasm into the teaching that they undertake and how they infuse our next generation of pharmacists and pharmaceutical scientists to really grasp that opportunity that they have with regard to their profession.
And Dominic, what was it about Nottingham itself and the course here that made you want to study?
So originally I knew I wanted to do some sort of course that was medicine related. I took one look at the UCAT and thought, I'm okay, I don't want to do that. So I thought I'd see what else is out there. And then pharmacy came up. And I've got some roots here in Nottingham. My dad's from here. So I thought I'd give Nottingham a look. And their website was just basically ticking all of my boxes and what I wanted from a career. And they had really good ratings as well from different like university assessors and things. So I knew that being in the top 5 pharmacy schools in the country, it was the place for me, yeah.
And what are some of the best things that you've done while studying here on this course?
So on the course itself, I'm an ambassador for it. So it's nice meeting the new students before they actually start, just giving them the look behind the curtain, I guess, of what it's like being a student. And then also just the societies around with it. So we have a pharmacy society, and they do socials and sober activities and games and things. So it's really nice to meet people, not necessarily from your year, but from other years too, and just get to know them.
Yeah. And Barrie, for somebody that's thinking about coming to study here, what are some of the facilities that are most attractive to students?
So that's a great question. So the facilities we're really proud of are things like the clinical skills teaching environment that we have, where we have the ability to run simulated pharmacies. And that runs right from the first year through to the 4th, but obviously ratchets up as you go through the course. And those simulated pharmacies and the mock pharmacy environment allows our students to perform and learn their skills as pharmacists in a safe place. But we also have a large number of partners in the workplace that provide additional placements and training for our students as well as of course modern lab facilities and the ability for the students to get involved with research into the research laboratories as well. And with our sister school in Malaysia, one of the great things is the ability for students to be able to actually travel and incorporate overseas study as part of their MPharm program as well.
And you mentioned it, touched on it there, about the pathways that you can go into after your degree. So how do you prepare people for, the world after university?
So we do a lot within the course in terms of both our own instruction and advice and support around preparing our students for their foundation year training and their ongoing careers. We also have great interaction through our teacher practitioners, i.e. a real tangible benefit of having people that are at the clinical coalface that are also in the school teaching our students as well. So there is almost a constant exposure of our students to the world that they will be entering into. And so it becomes very much inculcated in their whole educational framework, and it's part and parcel of the delivery of the course here at Nottingham.
And Dominic, you know, you're going to be graduating soon.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're going to be up to afterwards?
So afterwards, I've got my foundation training, which is where I get to choose, after sitting an exam, I get to choose what avenue I go down. So that could be hospital, community, GP, or even industry. So for me, I think I'm heading towards the hospital route. It's just a chance to solve puzzles in a way, and make sure that the people who need the care the most, I can help with that.
So why should someone choose to study pharmacy at the University of Nottingham?
So one of the unique elements that we can offer is that we have a very active programme, the 2+2 MPharm programme, with our sister school out on the campus in Malaysia. And the beauty about that, with it being the same course but that is delivered in Malaysia and the UK at the same time, means we can move the students between campuses, and that gives the students the opportunity in the second year of the MPharm here in the UK to actually study either a semester or the whole year over on the Malaysia campus. And if you want to put that off, you can still have international travel woven into your MPharm experience, because you're able to actually go overseas if you want to pursue a research project in the third year of your MPharm with some of our collaborators that we've established on a global scale. And we have students going as far as Australia and the US, as well as into Europe and China as well.
And Dominic, lastly, could you tell me a little bit about what you enjoyed the most about studying pharmacy?
Yeah. So there's a whole range of teaching blocks in the course. One of my favourites was the cancer one, because it is a problem that everyone in their life will either face themselves or a loved one will. And they really taught us the cutting edge science behind it. So there's all these new medications and drugs coming through that we as pharmacists will come across in our practice. And I thought that was really interesting, just to get to know what those medications are, how they work, and just how we can apply them to make everyone's lives a bit better.
Thank you so much to you both. I think that we got a really good understanding there of studying pharmacy at the University of Nottingham. And if you have any questions about the degree, then you can use the QR code to let us know, or visit the website for more information.